Alright. So this is Mideast. After my awful performance at GNCC, really wanted to get some seat time in. Things didn't work out with getting my Renegade. I was going to go to New East Coast. That was 4.5 hours. Mideast was 5 hours, and it just was too much trying to get my quad and blah 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 blah. So here I am. I'm on like the third line, which I have absolutely no right being this far up on the line. But I want to reiterate that I am on a stock Renegade with B&R revalves from when I was in C class. So I knew I was in for a long day, but Jeff's in my class, and Jeff for GNCC, and Jeff's a little bit quicker than me. So this video, I'll be going over something which a lot of videos I've noticed on the topic of quad racing, like suspension. No one talks about suspension, so I'm going to be trying to talk about what I've done to the suspension, and then maybe you can kind of see it in the video. Bert at B&R has been a saint with trying to help me like learn suspension, because I am just like drastically behind on learning my what the suspension cues are for a quad. If you Google my name, which I don't suggest to do, but if you do, you'll see it. Like, I used to drag race at a pretty high level, and I understand that sort of suspension, but that sort of suspension for drag racing, we would have like travel limiters. We were just trying to get as much of the chassis to connect with the ground, and then you'll hear me kind of crying, and like while I'm on the bike. I crashed pretty early here. I got distracted, but that's another topic for another day. So right now I'm complaining about the body roll of the quad. I almost die here, which accounts for like the brakes. The brakes on a stock quad. Again, on the stock ATVs from Can-Am these days, they only give you 3 brakes. These things are not set up for ATV racing, XC racing, and I'm 240 pounds, and then the quad is 700 pounds, so it doesn't make for quick stopping the vehicle. So your suspension has these clickers on the side of them, high speed, low speed, rebound, and then you have your springs. So Rob, the last time I raced the A-Works on this thing, I was getting my spine absolutely destroyed because the suspension was too soft. Okay, and like generally what happens is, like, for laymen, is you'll say like to your suspension guy, hey, the suspension's beating me up, it's like too stiff, like the springs are too stiff, I need it to be more comfortable, which kind of in reality you want to say the opposite of, right? So I want my suspension to soak up more of the ground, so it's not beating me up, and that's actually that when they're too soft that happens. At least in my little peanut brain, that makes sense. So, and I'm sorry for the slow pace. Not only again, I'm way too far up, but Mideast is tight. Well, at least it's tight for me. Like the woods are tight. GNCC, when I first started, was a little bit more tighter than it is in its current state, but it might kind of be torture watching some of this because I'm not really carrying a really fast pace. I'm gonna leave the crash in, and I hope I end up hitting a track worker, and I hope she doesn't mind. If she does, just contact me. I'll cut it out of the video, but it just kind of speaks to how tough she is, because she took it like a champ. So what I did was I stiffened up what Rob said was my suspension settings to an A-class rider, and then I backed it off slightly for B because I'm a B class. Let's be honest, I'm a fast C-class rider riding in B, right? So, and yeah, again, like, it's going to be a lot of me pulling over in the beginning. It's not that like any of my videos are exciting. You guys all write me and tell me like my voiceover. Oh, speaking of which, I was at Mideast Register, and someone came up to me and was like, you know, I like your videos, I like the voiceover, and my kid likes your videos. I get that quite a bit. And he said, but there's too much cursing, and so like he can't hear it. Like, he can't, like, you know. So, well, he said cussing, but it's cursing where I'm from.
The brakes suck.
So, and I'm literally cursing as I'm, you know, on the bike right now. So I'm gonna try to cut back the cursing because it's for little kids. I love kids, so I'm gonna try to chill out some of that stuff. So, all right. So I took the quad. Took an afternoon. I live on a little bit of land, not too much, about an acre and a half, and I set the suspension up so that I could kind of hit the same terrain over and over again. So right now I'm complaining about it wheeling, and again I'll get to that. But so what up? Turn all the clickers to A-class speed. Turn them slightly back. So if you can like kind of look at the quad right now, is I'm going really fast over the terrain, and my quad is kind of bucking around, and that's the rebound setting, right? So as it's doing that, I got right here, right? It's kicking the back end of my quad up, so I have to slow down, because if I don't slow down, I'll get a kick on 4x4s. You'll get a kicker. It's not 4x4s have independent rear suspension. It's not single rear axle like the sport quads are, and or not single rear axle. Yeah, what am I saying here? It's solid rear axle, right? So it'll flip you, and if one of these lands on you, you're in for a bad day. So I didn't. And it's not like I'm smart. I'm saying this because I called Rob Burns after the race, and he kind of walked me through. So now the next thing I got to do is adjust the rebound on my shocks. So the one thing I still don't understand is crossover. So these shocks that are on this quad have a dual rate spring. I wish I could explain it to you. I don't understand. But so and then the other thing too is like getting the shocks not to pack up. And basically what packing up means is that it doesn't allow for the shock to travel up and down. It basically compresses the shock all the way up, and then it takes away your suspension travel. If you're an expert on shocks, please put it in the commentary, or maybe you have a YouTube channel that explains it better than me. But this is like, if you all like my commentary, we're all going to learn together, right? So this is kind of like where it gets tight on the inside. So the other issue too with this 800 or 850 is that the throttle is really aggressive, both in sport mode and in regular mode, right? So right now I put the quad into like normal mode because it keeps wheeling. That has a little bit to do with my tire pressure, because I've been running low tire pressure, and as I'm getting more skilled, I need to, now there I switch it into sport mode, right? So as I get more skilled, I gotta, I wouldn't say increase tire pressure, but it makes it easier to like get the quad to kind of skitter around turns, and then it will take away some of that wheeling, because the tires won't grip as much, sending the front end of the quad up. The 850s have, I think they're rated at 71 horsepower, which doesn't sound like quite a lot, but the only thing I can kind of relate some of this to with drag racing is that you put the travel limiters on the front of the vehicle so that the front end doesn't come up. Well, it's kind of the same thing with this, is that I'm raising the front of the vehicle as the quad squats down, and then because the shock is packing up, so it's really tight through here.
Well, I guess Southern racing.
Try not to hit any trees.
Tighter than a crab's butt.
And the issue really is that when you're in tight stuff like this, it's really difficult to it's really difficult not to get it to brake correctly. The stock brakes on these things kind of like feel like mush until you get some get a decent pad on there, and it's the again, I was busy with work and kids and stuff. I didn't have a chance to adjust the ergonomics on this thing. And it doesn't matter anyway, because I ordered the XE gear clamp and extra set of bars. I'm still waiting on them to arrive at my house. It's taking quite a bit, so. But you can kind of see the front. I mean, like, this is the first lap, and you can kind of see the quad bouncing all around, and that has really to do with my rebound. So yeah, so high speed. So the body roll I was complaining about, that's the low speed. So I gotta kind of figure that out. I don't know how to tune that in yet. It's something that I'm going to see Rob about, and maybe he can kind of help me when I see him at GNCC.
This bitch is gonna be rough. I didn't last. For the last lap.
But road from my house down to North Carolina. There you go. See it? See that, Bubby? That thing is bouncing all over the place, and then the front end keeps coming up. Also, if you notice, I'm not complaining about the power steering. So there's definitely a difference in power steering either between the Outlander or my quad. Really does have a problem. My GNCC quad. So I'm trying to fix that too. And tire pressure and suspension kind of go into that. So it was a nice ride down to this place. Mideast had the wrong address in there. I put the address in, and it's like this thing, right? It's like we've been using the same address for like 6 years, and I'm like, well, in my head, I'm like, I don't want to argue with nobody because everybody's like so nice. I'm like, that doesn't mean that Google didn't change something, So luckily, and this is why I love Southerners, is I'm sitting there and I'm trying to figure out where the hell I'm at. I'm panicking. I'm putting it on Facebook. Somebody, God help me, I'm stuck. And some lady comes on and she's like, hey, hey sugar, you looking for the race? It's like it's down that way. So there's an airport that's kind of close by. So I googled the airport. I just went to the airport, and then luckily there was like one orange arrow. So the orange arrow was enough for me to see like the little tiny driveway where this huge track is at. This track was tight, but it was fun. There wasn't anything really like stupid in there. There's a couple of jumps, but you can go around the jumps. There's no way I'm jumping this thing. I'm too much of, but I'll also be honest, I'm too much of a scaredy cat to jump these things. I'm not, it's not really in my. If I had a skill set, this is definitely one of the things that are not in it. So, but nice drive down to this place. Stopped at a couple of sheets. I think I've raced Mideast once before, and it was, there are a bunch of GNCC pros there, or at least, I think Santo DeRisi was racing too. There's a lot of guys there that you know, if you're into racing, you know their names and stuff. So, what else? Good track. There's plenty of parking and stuff like that. Entry fee was $10, and then the race I think was $40. So, I'm gonna leave in a couple of laps. I don't know. Maybe I'll cut it down, but because the only thing I will complain about is the lap times and stuff still aren't up. So I don't really know how well I did. There we go. Boom.
I'm okay.
So I hit a sapling.
I'm good.
It yanked the bars out of my hand, and then
Yeah,
I whiskey throttled the shot off the back. What I didn't know was, and you'll see, is that the quad hit that lady in the orange.
Oh my God, did I hit you? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're good. You're good. You're good. I'm just trying to get out of the way because that's happening. But you're good. You're good.
I looked at.
Five-ish.
I looked at you and I got distracted. I hit the tree. I'm so sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. It just really, really, really hurts. Like right where it is. I can't put weight on it.
Are you okay?
I'm good. I'm good. You can keep going. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
All right, so now, like, you know, try having fun now, right? You know, 700-pound quad, 800-pound quad, hits this lady. She's bleeding, all that stuff. So right here, you'll see it in the other laps. There's a rock hill. I don't know, like where I'm at. So I definitely did damage to the quad. Keep in mind, again, this is stock quad, so the lower control arms are like a cast, I don't know, like aluminum or whatever. So, and then whatever I did, I don't know if it's because the quad's stock or if because I hit that. I mean, the sapling wasn't that big, but as the day went on, the steering definitely got loose, and I didn't finish my last lap because the steering. I don't know if the stem was going to break on me or what the hell was going on. There was the what's the word I want to use? It was the handlebars weren't communicating what was going on with the quad. So I just felt like it was going to be dangerous. The terrain, the track kind of went away, and there's some rocks in there. And in this video, there's a guy who I'm kind of like pacing around with, and he hits this rock. I don't know if the rock hits his. I don't know what you sport quad guys call it, like the center section of the, like where the chain guard. Maybe it hits like the chain guard on this. On the rear, and it like kicks him, and I don't know if it flung him into the handlebars or what, but it did a lot. It either did a lot of damage to his quad or it stunned him. But there was this one rock that I kept seeing sport quads on both laps. It really rocked the sport quads, and you could see the rock as the laps went by. That it took like the top of the rock off of there, the top of like the material off the top of the rock. It had like that kind of fresh look to it, where someone had like kind of ground it down. A little bit of off-camera stuff right there. No big deal, but it's tight. Like, I don't know if the camera's showing it, but it's tight to me, So, and like now I'm distracted. Like, is that lady okay? Kind of put a damper on my day. But the good news is I think on the third lap she was there doing the and God bless her, is she was still taking people's helmet numbers as they went by. With their like leg hanging off, so or her leg was hanging off, you know what I mean. So anyway, that's really it. Still trying to like learn. I really enjoy the science of the what's the word? The science of the sport. I used to like that, like with my my race car too. So, and as I got tired and the quad kind of beat me up, I was at least maintaining pace with like other riders towards the back of the pack. So I couldn't catch up with any of the 4x4 guys, and Kyle Golding also passed me at some point. But I mean, hey, look, I tried it. I at least entered a class with Jordan Phillips and Kyle and some of the other. The one guy who was in my class, he won A class 1 year for GNCC. So, but yeah, that's it. That's about it. I mean, I don't know what I came in at. I don't know what the results are. I was just wanted to get some seat time. It was totally worth it. The plastics on this thing are absolutely annihilated now, so I'm gonna have to take it. So one of the things I'm gonna just do, I'll tell you right now, is I'm gonna convert the plastics to a Renegade, because this is ridiculous. Like, maybe I'll do a video on like all the crap you have to do on Outlander in order to make it XC racing worthy, which is quite a lot. So I'll have that on there. Here's these jumps. Later in the video, there's guys they get some air on these things. So that's an incentive to watch the rest of the video. Yeah, I think that's it. So thanks to everybody who is like keep doing the commentary. I want to do a video about like basically what leads up to going to a GNCC. But there would have to be other people in the video to do that, and I want to make sure that I have people's permission. I'm taking these jumps like really gingerly, because again the rear end of my quad is bucking me as I'm going through here. It's really bad through here, and it's kind of scary. It gives you like that cold wash feeling comes over you, like, oh shit. When I get all the parts installed, I just don't have I love you guys, and I appreciate watching my videos, but I don't have the patience to set up a camera and install all the parts and stuff like that. I'll just do all the parts, just explain to you what everything was that I talked about in the first Outlander video, and then kind of go from there. So anyway, I hope you like the rest of the video. It's, I don't, there's a couple of guys who like crash and stuff like that, but otherwise it's pretty benign. You get a good layout of the track, and then you kind of see what happens to the track as things go by. Right here, I'm trying to get the quad to kind of spin around for me. Oh, here's the jump. I went the wrong way. I had to turn around, which in hindsight was probably a stupid idea. But I'm not jumping this. I am not jumping this thing. I would have. I edited a video for a guy, and God forgive me if he's watching. I can't remember his name, but he took a jump on a stock suspension quad, and I don't think he can even race anymore. He hurt himself so bad. I will tell you that in the field sections, the 850 really, I mean, you feel like you're going pretty fast. I don't know what my mile an hour here is, but you can't really see it in the video because the camera sees more than the human eye. But there were some dusty parts, and you can hear me pulling on my roll-offs. I tested a new set of roll-offs too. I don't know if anybody wants to hear about it, so I'll talk about that for a second. There's a company called Ozark. They're Ozonic, not Ozark. Ozonic. Ozark's the company for Walmart. They make a magnetic lens, and it has a really good field of vision. And one of the reasons I didn't use them in the past was they didn't have roll-offs. Now they have roll-offs, and they're actually really good. I usually use the X goggles. I have a weird nose, and my nose doesn't get bent up. But you see as I'm going through here, and the way that the quad's kicking around, I just can't. I can't maintain speed through there because the suspension's doing crazy stuff. So, anyway, yeah, that's enough of me yapping. It's 26 minutes of me yapping. So, enjoy the rest of the video. Sorry to the parents who have to mute my stuff because I'm cursing. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna try to do better. So, anyway, thanks to everybody who was nice to me at the race, and I'll see you at the GNCC is next weekend. So I have the Mountaineer, which is, I hate that place, but I'll do the best I can. So, all right, talk to you later.